All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Whenever you are seeing this, let me get live on Instagram as well. All right, there we are. Happy Thursday, everyone, or whatever day you're seeing this. I'm going to jump right in. So, in case someone shared this, or maybe you're new here, let me take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Tiffany Bethia. I am a personal brand strategist, and I show women how to be uniquely visible and massively profitable online, especially if you are a coach, consultant, service provider, or founder of a small base of a small small why are my words escaping me today? Is this how we're starting out the broadcast? Small business, that's what I'm trying to say. Then I am especially interested in serving you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the love. So I want to share today. I've got today's broadcast is going to be like super duper practical. If you've been here before, you know that I usually try to give you some tips that you can implement right away. But today, I'm going to literally share my screen, actually walk you through some of the tools that I actually use. And we're talking about 3 tips for being more consistent with social media marketing. Now, if you're new here, I always like to make the case for why before I tell you how, because some of you are not convinced that you need to be consistent on social media. And that's really the first part of why you're not consistent on social media. And so I want to actually, let me just dive into number 1, right? Before I even, because I feel myself already getting into it, right? Before I even break down some other specific tips, give you some tools, share my screen, can we just acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is that social media marketing can be annoying. It can feel like a lot. Most of the time, for small business owners, you have so many other things that you've got to manage. You're making sales calls, you may be managing a team, you're checking the books, you're doing so many different things that when you look across all that needs to get done, sometimes social media is one of those things that takes the hit until until it's time to sell. Hey, 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 what's going on, guys? I see you coming in. I love the love. It social media takes a hit until you realize that you need to be reaching more people, making more sales, and then you go, oh my goodness, right? And so what happens is a lot of people I work with will be in and out of their social media. But I this is just the appetizer, right? Well, I guess I'm in point 1. But consistency breeds credibility. Credibility breeds trust, and trust is what leads to a sale, especially again for those of us who are service providers, consultants, and coaches. If you sell makeup or purses or tangible products, then your sales cycle looks a little bit different. But if you are selling a service or something that is intangible, it's going to take a little bit more trust and credibility for someone to be ready to purchase from you. And so one of the ways that you do that is actually showing up consistently on social media. If you post, for a couple weeks, you disappear for a couple of weeks and you come back, we don't know. And what the data says is that that's how we assume you're going to show up in business. We don't know. Could you imagine if the grocery store near you, if you went to the store and sometimes they were open and sometimes they were not? Like, how long would it take for you to just go somewhere else where you knew they were always open, right? And so you want to give the signal that you are open for business and that you're consistently ready to serve your audience. So the first part of it is really mindset. You have to make a commitment to show up, and you got to look at your particular business goals and say, my social media is important to me reaching these goals, so I'm just going to do it. Can I be super transparent with y'all right now? If you're new here, just get used to it, because that's the only thing I know how to do. I don't feel like being on this live right now. I had a sales call this morning. I've been talking a lot. My throat is sore, but you know what? I'm here. And I made a commitment to be here. There are goals I have in my business. There are those of you who appreciate and enjoy the information that I'm sharing. And so, sore throat, tired and all, here I am. Why? Because I understand why I'm doing this and what needle is being moved in my business. Some of you are not locked in enough to the goals of when I post, when I create these reels, when I go live, or when you do whatever you're doing on social media. You are not locked in enough to the goal. And so it allows you to fluctuate in and out. But you've got to lock into the goal. So make a commitment and then look at what your, I always encourage you. One of the things I say is that you cannot manage what you don't measure, and you can't measure what you don't grow. So if you're trying to grow sales in your social media, you need to be managing and measuring, right? So there need to be things that you're specifically doing, whether it's getting people to book services from you or to get on the phone with you or whatever that looks like. You should be measuring that, and that should be driving how you're showing up on social media. Okay. So listen, this first one, it's not necessarily popular, but it's the reason that most people are not consistent. It's not the tools and the tricks and the other things, it's that you haven't locked in yet and you haven't said, all right, I need 3 clients this week. And in order to get the 3 clients, I need to go online. I need to do lives. I need to do reels. I need to post. I need to share LinkedIn articles or whatever you're doing to build authority and to get in front of people. So make the commitment. Once you make the commitment, the rest of it becomes a lot easier, because if you're still battling with, do I really want to do this or not? You're going to always find reasons and excuses not to do it. Okay. So that was we're gonna always go mindset first. Okay. So once you decide that I'm committed, I'm showing up, I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm going to give you something really practical for step number 2. And this is to create a calendar. Create a calendar. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the calendar that I use. Okay. And I'm just going to walk you through this a little bit. Let's see. I need to share my screen. Here we go. Okay. So here we are. This is what my calendar looks like, right? If you can see at the top, I have the month, I have the focus, right? So shameless plug, right? I have a boot camp coming up called Clicks to Clients. So all of my content this month is really about clicks to clients, building authority, sharing topics. So I put that at the top so that it helps me to stay focused on what am I posting. Because before I did that, I'd just be posting whatever. And I said, wait a minute, what is the focus this month? What do you need to be talking about this month? Then here, where you see yellow highlighted, this is my weekly flow. This is where I say, what exactly do I want to be posting in a week? Now, I'm not always married to this. I can be flexible depending on the week, depending on what's going on, but it at least gives me a roadmap of what do I want to be doing. So I like reels and video marketing. That works well for me. That seems to connect and convert. So mine is very reel heavy. 4 reels, 1 quote post or carousel, 1 live stream in my Facebook group, because shameless plug, that's another place where I'm like building community, right? And really pouring into women. And then 1 newsletter. And that's via email. And also I have a LinkedIn newsletter. Then you can see on the side, I have tabs with all of the different places I am creating content. Let me go to a week that's actually populated, right? So here's this week, okay? So you can see that I've got what emails are going out. YouTube is a place I'm not super present right now, but I will be at some point. So I'll leave it there. My Facebook group. And here is where I'm saying what is getting posted. Now, some of these posts are going across multiple platforms, so you can see that I've merged the tab to represent that this is going live. Like right now, I'm literally live in my Facebook group, on my Facebook business page, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Yes, I think those are the places, right? And I think YouTube, right? So I'm live on all of these places at the same time. And so that is reflected here on my sheet. Okay. So why do I want you to see that? Because for some of you, you need to organize what you're posting. Before I did that, it was very just confusing. I'm like, I don't know what I'm posting. Or even if I'm getting help from someone else, I need to give them direction around like, what does a typical week of content need to look like? And so some of you need this type of spreadsheet, right? shameless plug, this is something that I'm going to be giving my clients, and we're going to be building this out during the clicks to clients. Okay, so if you join me for clicks to clients, you're going to get this calendar template, and we're going to talk about filling that out based on your business, your goals, what you need to accomplish, what you need to be sharing, what platform you're using. We will build out your weekly calendar, your weekly content template. Okay, that's something that we're going to be doing on day 1 of clicks to clients. Okay, so create a calendar. And then I'm going to be honest with you, even though I do have a monthly calendar, I personally fill it in week by week because content changes, and there are so many. So, for example, I might take something. I recently did a reel that was taking a news event, something that happened with the business, and gave my commentary on it. And I could never have forecasted that weeks in advance, right? So I like to leave myself enough wiggle room where there's something going on that's a fresh in the moment. I was talking to a potential client today. Whenever I'm teaching and coaching, that gives me content ideas. And so I like to be able to have space to say, okay, next week I want to add this in. So I'm not going to recommend that you fill it out for the whole month. You can at least have an idea, but give yourself wiggle room where you can go back. And so one day a week on Monday is my content day. And I go through and plan all of the content for that week and the following Monday. And I do it again every single week. Now, if this is not your jam and you're like, Tiffany, I have zero interest in doing this, then outsource this. Create a calendar and hand this off. You can go on Upwork, Fiverr. You can find people for a very reasonable price to just do this for you, but you at least still want to have a framework or something to give them, right? I have personally worked with 2 different companies that have come in and managed my social media, and it was such a game changer. But I still needed to delegate efficiently, and I needed to have, what am I posting, and what are my themes, and what are my focus, and what does my week look like, so I could hand that to them and then they could completely manage it for me. Okay, does that make sense? So we're committing to showing up, we're creating a calendar. All right, and then the last thing is, I want you to create post templates. All right. Now I am going to share, I have a couple of different templates, and I'm going to share. Matter of fact, let me share my screen. And there we go. Okay, so this is my Canva. And you'll notice that I have, these are the main 2 um, templates that I use, right? So this one is for social media posts. So let me open that. Okay. I'm just making sure that you guys can see it. Okay, good. So inside of here, I have like some standard templates for different things I do. I do a lot of like live free training. So this is that graphic. This is another one I didn't finish. This is more of a quote post, another quote post, right? This is content that's actually being posted over the next few days on my page. This is another quote post. And then this is where I created like an actual graphic. Okay, shameless plug for clicks to clients, right? So you can see that this is a 1080 by 1080 square post size. So this can be posted on every platform in this size, and it won't have to be resized. It won't look funny. So I would encourage you to go into Canva. You can literally click a design, and it'll say Instagram post, or if you don't see it, you can just put in 1080 by 1080. And let me show you something else. If you come to the left, okay, wait, let me go back. If you over here, you'll see they have some really amazing templates already in here. I'm going to definitely recommend Canva Pro. And so let's say that I want to do a quote post. I can type in quote and look at all of these really beautiful designs that come up on the left. Okay. As a matter of fact, that one right here looks close to where I got this design from, and then I just added in my specific brand colors. Okay, and then also if you come over here on the left, you see brand, you see I have my logos in here, my color palette. So it's really easy, no matter what design I am using or working on, to just pop in my colors. And honestly, I can create one of these posts in a good like 2 minutes flat because I have my canvas set up to my brand, right? So that's what I want to recommend. Here's another one. This is my reel. Let me share this tab. This is the one I use for reels. Okay. So just a little bit of an FYI. And I'm double checking myself, right? So exactly. So for a reel size, it's 1080 by 1920. And I use this for a few things. I use this for actual reels, but I also use this for reel covers or IG live covers. So for example, here's my IG live cover for today, right? So after I go live, it's going to give me the opportunity to post this to my page. This is the cover that I created, and I just downloaded it as a PNG instead of a video file, and then boom. But if you notice, I also have videos here. One is another version of my flyer. So if you have a flyer and you know that you're going to want to post it on your stories, then I took that flyer and designed it in this size. But lastly, what I really want to show you is, here we go, is a clip of me talking. So let's say that, this is actually from a live stream, and I wanted to take a clip of that and turn it into a quick reel. So you see I've got like the design there, my website, and then this black space right here is for captions. I left that space open and blank for captions. And this is another way. This is SEO text. Okay. And then boom. So why do I share that with you? Because if you can create, sorry, y'all, if you can create post templates, it will drastically speed up the amount of time that you need to create posts, get them scheduled. My posts are scheduled for the next few days, and then Monday I'll come back in and do it again, and then we'll rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. But these are some of the practical things that keep people from being consistent. And so let's do a quick review. Number one, commit to show up. Bottom line, tough love, sis, you're going to have to make a decision that I don't like social media, but I do like the results that it brings. Okay. I literally just got a sale. And when I see those sales coming in, it lets me know this is why I'm doing this work. This is why I'm doing what I don't feel like doing. One of the posts that I have scheduled for, I don't remember what day I scheduled it for, but it says you don't need more motivation. You don't need more accountability. You just need discipline. Like, and this might be you when it comes to social media. You might have to just psych yourself out and say, I don't feel like doing this. I don't really care about it like that, but it's necessary for what I have to do. Oh, let me see. I'm over here on the comments on IG because they don't show up in StreamYard. Thank you, Karen. And you can create reels in Canva. You can create full reels in Canva. So usually, depending on the features I need, I'll create some in Canva, and then I can also add some features directly inside of Instagram. But absolutely, you can create reels in Canva. You can do a whole lot of good stuff in Canva. Okay. So I was like, man, let me come see these comments over here. But yeah, the first part is just mindset. It's like you really, I can't tell you how many people I talk to who their whole reason for not being consistent on social media is that they don't like social media. But do you like money? Do you like sales? Do you like the consistency of making sales consistently? I've said that redundantly on purpose, right? Because if you do, then that means you're going to have to put the seed in the ground and water it consistently to see the results consistently. Because anything else is just hypocritical. If you want your business to give you consistency, but you don't want to give it consistency, we having a whole nother conversation. Okay. So no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Right. But once you can get past that and say, I don't have to like it, but I do like the money and I do like the sales, so I'm gonna just show up and do it, Well, now we're having a different conversation. Okay. Create a calendar. Well, what calendar, Tiffany? Well, if you join me for Clicks to Clients, then you'll get the calendar template and we will fill that in together. Okay. And then lastly, create your post templates. Now, full transparency, I have a design background. Okay. My agency, we design websites and I don't do them now, but I used to. So a lot of these designs I do myself. Of my stuff, I still just like it. I have a designer, but I'll crank out an idea. I created the Clicks to Clients flyer myself. Okay. I'm an anomaly. If you don't have design experience and you don't feel comfortable creating these templates, something I've done in the past is you could go on Fiverr and you could pay, I think I literally paid like 30 bucks, $35 for like 10 templates. Easy, quick, right? So if design is not your thing and you're because here's another thing, and this is not necessarily the topic, but when it comes to entrepreneurship, you need to stick to your highest revenue generating activities and delegate everything else, right? And so if it's not something you can just do quick, like I can make a graphic so fast, I can do it in the time I delegate it. So it's like cool, no problem, right? But if you're gonna be in there for an hour and 2 hours working on graphics, now you're losing money. Because what if you could be going and meeting with a client or doing a consultation or bringing money into the business? So don't, if it's gonna take you that much time, just outsource it. Get somebody else to do it. Go on Upwork, go on Fiverr, and just pay somebody $40 or $30 to create your templates for you that you can use over and over and over again. Okay. So, y'all, I hope that this was helpful. You've heard me talk a little bit about it, and I'm like, let me share. I don't see it. So let me um see if it'll come up now. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, really quickly, I want to share this with you guys. I am hosting Clicks to Clients on March 16th and 17th. This is a 2-day workshop, and I mean literally workshop. I'm only limiting it to 10 women because we're going to actually create your custom strategy. So, what do you need to be doing on social media to make more consistent sales? What do you need to be doing on email? What is your online client attraction strategy? Because so many times I talk to clients and they're guessing, they're hoping, they're winging it, and they really don't have a clear, solid plan. And so we're going to create that plan. This is not going to be like a webinar, but literally you're going to show up, you're going to get your workbook, and we're going to create. And you're going to leave there armed, ready to go make money that day. Show up on social media. You need to show up on social media with a plan to make money. I'm going to walk you through what I do in my own business and what I'm doing in my client's business that's literally taking them from like trickles to 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month, and beyond. Okay. And so if you're tired of guessing where your next client is coming from, hoping, praying, wishing, posting, and wishing, and you're ready to get more consistent, then I want to invite you to join me for Clicks to Clients. Okay. March 16th and 17th. I planned it on the weekend, so you wouldn't even have to take off from work. Okay. Might have to play hooky from church, but all right. So if you're you can go to my website, but you can also shoot me a message. Click the link in bio, depending on what platform you are watching this on. If you're on YouTube, then just go over to tiffanybethia.com. Every other platform, you should be able to either click the link or shoot me a message. Like I said, I am literally limiting the space, and this is not marketing talk. Registrations are already coming in. So if you know that you need Clicks to Clients, then I want you to really, really consider joining me for these 2 days. Okay. Um, that's all I got for you guys. I try to keep it short, like a little lunch break bite within 25 to 30 minutes, and we're in and we're out, right? So I hope that this has been helpful. I do have more resources inside of my Facebook group. You can go to my website, tiffanybethia.com, to get access to that free community. I've got a weekly marketing task list there, trainings, and so much more. And of course, if you just need some additional support and you're not even necessarily sure where to get started, you can go to my website, tiffanybethia.com. You can click on work with me and schedule a call. Or you can just send me a DM and say, girl, I need help. And I'll send you the link to hop on my calendar. All right. My prayer is that you will continue being profitable and visible. And I will see you guys later. Bye bye.